Yay! Good morning, good morning, good morning, or good afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in this beautiful world. Welcome to Sussex Saturday. I'm VS Speaks Royally. So happy to be with you all. Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Hey, everybody, to all my channel members. Love you all. Thank you for the continued support. Jaden, hopefully you saw the answer to your question, but it is yes. It should be on, I believe. Yes, please hit the like button. Ooh, let me just do this really quickly. That'll save some of y'all from having to keep cracking knuckles in the chat. So, how is everyone? You all seem to be doing well. Hello, 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 hello. Everybody's greeting everybody. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Awesome. I saw the spam, Hilda. You know, we spam each other's chats. That's how we know we're there. Marshall, let me see what he's saying. What? Happy birthday, Marshall! What? You're supposed to tell me this stuff early on. You know what I mean? Like before the day, so that I can have my little post ready for you. But that's okay, because I'm going to take care of you, Marshall, after the live stream. Yes, I will. Because, you know, I have to celebrate that squaddie, of course. So, but happy birthday. Wow, look at you. And thanks for hanging with us, you know, even if it's just for a little while, Yeah, everybody, wish Marshall some very happy birthdays, yes. I mean, I'm not going to sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Okay. Happy birthday, Marshall. Happy birthday to you. Okay. There you go. And many more. If I can't laugh at my own self, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is the hammer because you want me to shut up, Hilda? I saw that as I was switching screens a little bit. Okay, so let me do the disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism will be some of that today, comment, some of that today, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. You see all the rest, yes. All right. My favorite quote of Harry and Meghan: each of us can change our communities. All of us can change the world. Now, let me just say, if you haven't been out to Archwell and you're not aware and you haven't seen some of the other Sussex Positive channels who posted this out, this is the latest picture and it's on Archwell. Yes. Thank you to the photographer who posted it, Michonne. Thank you for doing that and just making our day, evening. Yes, this is a beautiful. This is just beautiful. So thank you for releasing that, because and they put it up on Archwell. So you all can go out. Link to Archwell is in the description if you don't have it already saved. So this week has been jam-packed. We're well fed, I would say, as squad. Those that are on the, not yet full-fledged squaddies, come on in the room. Come on in the room. Now it's just been a good week. So of course, Archetypes was on Tuesday with the Paris Hilton, and there's been a lot. A lot has been said about this particular episode. I think people saw this title, didn't listen to it, and then made their commentary just based on what I saw different people saying, especially like, Whoopi or CJ, I'll call her that, who was on, was a suitcase girl at one time. I have some audio of hers that I'll play that she kind of backed up what Meghan said, but okay, whatever. Anyway, I wanted to just highlight what Meghan said. Snatched this from Twitter. Thank you for the squaddie that did this. It saves a little time. But it was like, Meghan said, I was grateful for the job, but not about how it made me feel, which was not smart. By the way, I was surrounded by smart women, but that wasn't the focus. And now some of these folks have just lost their minds thinking that it is, Meghan was slamming people. Far from it. But, even before some of the haters could get their digs in, their claws into this episode, Paris let it be known that she was thrilled to have, spoken to Meghan. So we're not worried about the haters, so per se, but I will be sharing some of the crazies that have craziness that's gone out. And of course, Archetypes with Meghan was trending. When I catch it on the trend, it's not the end of that. It's probably at the beginning. So we also found out, thank you to the wonderful president of Archwell Foundation, that Meghan attended an event, and it was with Spotify women, etc., that sat down and talked, and finally got a little time to be able to give Archetypes the PR that it deserves. But Meghan also attended an event which was in support of women, but mostly the Iranian women who seem to be leading the charge over there. If you're not following some of the events, there are massive protests going on. And this is what Mandana, I think that's how she pronounces her name. She's Iranian American. And she just said, at an event today, Meghan spoke about the revolution being led by women and young girls in Iran, the courage and bravery they show every day, and their leadership and advocacy of basic human rights, women, life, freedom. As an Iranian woman who fled her home country in pursuit of these very freedoms, I could not have been more grateful for how she chooses again and again to advocate for women around the world. So I just thought that was beautiful. And the Farsi on her shirt, I believe, is saying those three words of women, life, freedom. So, all right. In addition, as the title says, Harry and Meghan, well, it's Prince Harry and Princess Meghan are working royals, because don't get it twisted, they're still royal, okay? But they are working royals, yes. So Variety magazine dropped this on us that, Meghan was on the cover, which I think is beautiful. The article is really good. Yes, the link is in the description. Mm-hmm. The Meghan moment. This the cover is like perfect, but yeah. The photos in the article, absolutely stunning. She has her voice, folks, and as much as many want to silence her, it's not going to happen anymore. Okay, there we go. So just showing a few of the photos, or most of them that were in the, and this one just, yeah. So there was additional news. Omid, thank you. I doubt you even listened to me, but thank you anyway. A year old and over 450 classes led by asylum seekers, refugees, and migrants on their journey to employment and independence. The building was funded by donors, including Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, Peel Institute, Space Hive, and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. We know that she's helped other women before who also had were seeking their journey to employment and independence with the Grenfell and the Together cookbook that basically helped them, and they're thriving. So it's awesome to see this. And here is my grateful UK. We like to say a massive thank you to the facilitators and volunteers, all 1,000 plus of them who supported those classes. And then, of course, we also like to share our gratitude with those who funded the building of the school. There's no leaks in Montecito. There's stuff that goes on that we're not aware until it needs to be told, in a sense, that it's okay to let us know. And that's the one thing that I love about it. So a year. Okay. It's been exactly a year since we opened our cookery school in Clerkenwell. Since that day, the 20 plus chefs trained in the space have led 450 classes in the venue with almost 4,000 well-fed guests. When you go back a year, and it makes me laugh because every time the haters come at them, especially Meghan, something comes out and you're like, oh, she was doing all this when you were saying she was over there doing something really bad. And that wasn't even the case. She was busy and booked. That's what we like. So I love this. Our happy little home is 1 year old and we knew nothing about it. Isn't that something? Nothing about it. Okay. Harry would not be outdone. And here comes this article. I see that. I was like, oh, you go, Harry. So Prince Harry discusses the importance of therapy and surprise appearance at Masters of Scale Summit. So as part of Better Up had a picture out there, and part of it is on the thumbnail, but this is the picture that Better Up had shared. And the article, the link to this article is in the description as well. But it's awesome that the one that they claim shouldn't speak on mental health, but that has been through so much and is willing to share his story. I mean, Meghan has shared her story. The phoenix is rising from the ashes, basically. So there truly is, therapy is a good thing. Unbiased third party a lot of times will help you refocus your life so completely that you're like, wow, okay. You know, most of us, our family loves us most times. But there is that little bias there because they love you. They know you in a sense. But, yes. I love that he's changing by sharing his journey with so many people. So get the help that you need. That's the most important thing. And that's what I wanted to share on that. So I see there's over 100 comments. So I'm going to jump into the comments really quickly because I have a surprise for some for you all. But, I'm going to see if I can even catch. Oh, Elaine Parker, thank you so very much. Elaine, let me scroll up, make sure I haven't missed anything along the way, because, Church Nelly will call me on it. Sherry, it's very good to see you. And let me say this before I play the little music. Thank you to Baron, aka Royal Sussex, for hosting me yesterday when I came up on his panel. He had open mic in a sense, and so I joined him, and he was very gracious, and I really appreciate that. So I see some collabs in the future. It was fun. Hopefully he agrees. Church Nelly, let me play this first, and I'm going to jump to your comment because you're cracking me up here. All right, so you're making it rain, 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 rain down on me. Mwah. Mwah. Thank you, Elaine. Woo, y'all spoil me. You spoil me. I tell you, you do. You spoil me. Okay, so I wanted to do that first. Now, Church Nelly, did I lose that comment that quick about you in therapy over your wig? Let me just say, kudos, sis. Get that therapy. That's right. There's always, another wig will come along. Okay. I just had to say that. Let's see. I'm kind of, I want to go up to this one. Let me go here first. All right. Hey, Max, I see you. Diane, Paris has plenty of followers who get to hear the truth along with the rest of the intelligent world. It's hard to teach the deranged new tricks. Why would we? It's exhausting trying to, but when you realize they're on that smear train, then yeah, you just kind of. But that's true, Diane. She has nearly just with Twitter alone, nearly 17 million followers. So you add all her other social medias in, and yeah, there was a lot of people that probably did tune in, and I'm grateful that they did, and they, of course, being fans of Paris, they already would say, well, we knew that about her, but I have a feeling they probably learned a little bit more. Dolores, Netflix adds disclaimer to trailer for fictional series The Crown after Judi Dench criticized TV series. That's coming up in the next segment. Not about her per se, but if they want to add a disclaimer, again, middle fingers up for those over there that keep trying to push that narrative that Americans are dumb. We're not dumb. We understand it's on TV. It's a weekly show. Come on now. That's not exactly a historical documentary. Okay, I'm just saying. Let's see. Joan, it's so funny. The rags try, but they can't catch her in her activities. I don't even know if they're trying. Especially since as of April 2020, they were saying that they weren't going to cover her anymore. And it's almost 3 years. Next year will be 3 years that they got the hell out of Dodge. Out of Crazyville. So, yeah. Joyce, Meghan and Harry have to stay around sane, educated people like their staff and away from that island as much as possible. I like how it's pissable. Now, that could have been a pun. I don't know. It's probably a typo, but that is... that fits it. That fits that comment quite well. So, oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. You're still not feeling... Oh, Elaine, please feel better. Hope you feel better. I know it's been a bit that you haven't been feeling well. Several people. So, Hilda, which I'm appreciative that you're here. Tear. Instead of focusing on what the podcast was about, the haters and critics made it about Meghan. Shake my head. Yeah. Which I guess we should expect. There were some voices added in that did not expect to be added in. I know I shared with members as well as on Twitter this screenshot that I took when I walked in and saw on CNN. I'm like, what? They're talking about. I couldn't even I didn't even hit record. I was just like, oh my goodness, I got to get a picture of this because nobody's going to believe that they were talking about this on CNN. So, yeah. Yeah, please feel better. I hope you feel better. Hey, hey. Black Queen, I see you. Let me see. More hellos. Everybody's greeting still. Okay, here's one. Diane, we had a full plate this week, just like in April when Invictus was going on. Almost every day, something new and wonderful. Yes. And I hope it continues. Drive those crazies insane. Like, just where's the Pied Piper? We need somebody that will, play that little pipe, and maybe all the haters will just kind of follow along and then right off the cliff, bloop, and be gone. Church and Ellie Tier, there's a reason why they call them the Rangers. Yeah, that's true. That was such a perfectly coined monarch for them. Yeah, perfectly coined. Oh, look at Anna talking about going to the range and everything. Yes, everybody, y'all should check out Triple Threat. There's also, I haven't seen them in the chat, but I think the name is Black Guns in Defense. I believe that's it. So, Churchillly, I agree, Miss Fee. I'm still in wig. Oh, that's the comment I was looking for. I'm still in wig therapy. You'll be okay. You get another one, you'll be all right. Churchillly, yes, Mr. Thanks so much for calling me out on Baron's channel. Yes, I called. Okay. I'm not gonna. Did you have to put it back in this chat? Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm going to leave that right alone, skipping right on over that. Victoria, Mrs. VS, has a good singing voice. I'm going to screenshot this because my husband, if y'all could hear him, he doesn't believe so. Did I bring these pictures? I didn't bring this picture over. Okay, well. 'Tis life, but I'm screenshotting that just so I can share with him. He just says you all, don't want to hurt my feelings. So it's okay. It's okay. I'm used to, Elaine, don't look at any pictures. Stop it. You'll feel a lot worse. I can't even read the whole thing. Joyce, the CNN interview was very good. They understood the assignment. Yes. It's just one of those things that I walk in the room. I didn't even expect. My husband flips to CNN on every moment that he can. And to see that up there, I was like, what? So it was pretty cool. Church Nelly, Joyce, they need to talk to the View. Whatever. Let's not even. Let's not even. Oh, thank you. Black Guns and Gardens. Thank you. That's the title. Thank you, Nora the Stock Explorer. Oh, I love saying that. Let's see. Okay. Oh no, it's Elaine that's not feeling good. Sylvia! Mrs. VS, it's interesting that Hoghead is still running around from the UK to the US with his nonsense. The latest is our Duchess is now trying to tear down what she did not build. It is truly insane. If she had the power, I think she would have already snapped her finger and the whole thing, the institution would have come a crumbling down. But I'm not sure what they're talking about. Like, okay. Are you talking about the building that this kitchen is in that's helping people? As Tina coined Michelle, Meghan is not new to this. She's true to this. And it's also true for Harry. Okay. Let's see. YouTube is still messing with connectivity to Royal Sussex. YouTube Not Baron canceled my Patreon and kept unsubscribing me. I reported, but there's. So you mean, well, Patreon is different than from YouTube, but if just channel membership, yeah, that's the YouTube side, if that's what you're talking about. But Patreon is completely separate system, which I might consider. I'm not sure yet, but yeah. Joyce, the views leave the fact checking to the producers instead of checking themselves before opening their mouths. That's what happened on The View. They did not listen to the podcast, just producers. And I would think that they would. It's only what? It's not even an hour long. So while you're working, which is what I was doing, of course, I do stop to really digest what's being said. But yeah, all it would take for them to listen. But they have to get on TV right away. But it just showed. So we're getting to that time, and I'm going to go through that because some of them really need to be checked. Cookies and cream. How are you, manager? I hope you are well. Everyone, the contact information for ABC is posted in the comments section of Baron's video from yesterday. Everyone, please contact them. Meghan is owed an apology. Remember, there's strength in numbers. Boom. Boom. Alan? OMG. Contribution towards your husband's earplugs. Oh my goodness, Alan. Thank you. You're making it rain, 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 rain down on me. Wow. Okay, I need to take a sip of tea on that. Y'all, let me save this one because I need to, and I have to take a screenshot of that. He's gonna get a kick out of this today. Yes. Oh my goodness. I love y'all. Oh, you're making me. Let me start this over. See? Got me all crazy. Y'all are crazy, please, and I love it. Yes, get him some earplugs. He will thank you for that. Okay. Woo. Thank y'all, because some of the laughs I really do need. Let me see. And I believe YouTube has changed November 14, 2020. I got sent something. Well, it's not yet November, but they are changing. Some good things are happening. I'm not usually the one, well, I try to sound the alarm, but for small channels, especially if you have like under 100 subs, you're just really beginning. Community tab is being opened up to everybody with under 500 subs. And to me, that's a great thing because you can start getting your content out there. And it's just a way of, there's handles coming, but that's for people who are making content. So yeah. Joan, Via speaks, if the View host can read entire books to be promoted, they should be able to listen to the podcast. But are they reading the books? Or are producers highlighting certain things in the book? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm beginning to wonder. So yeah. Sylvia. But you're right, Joan. You're right. They really could listen. They could sit in the room together, listen, make their own notes, not even say anything to each other, and then come on the show and kind of go for it from there, especially if they waited until the next day because you might need time to digest. But yeah. Sylvia, Mrs. VS, a lot of the channels are just grabbing the UK clickbait headlines to report on archetypes. Anything for a click and a view, I guess, right? Instead of just being truthful about it. Yeah, says the little engine that could. Lorna, the View used to do their homework before each show on the topics they discussed, but lately Crazy and Lazy has taken over the show. Well, I guess if there's even a promotion tour and they're hoping to get, her to come on the show, they're going to be sadly mistaken. You better get on there and correct yourselves and admit we didn't listen and we should have listened and all that stuff. But yeah, Joyce mentioned Meghan. If there is a story, check it out before you respond to the lies coming off that island and at times in the U.S. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Have to check very, very, very carefully. Even channels start popping up, and unless you know who they are, yeah, I'm just saying, you got to be careful about everything. We've seen it in Squad that there are people who, yeah, anyway, who showed their asses. I'll just say it that way. Anyway, hey Sherry again. Case and cream. It is that stupid comment made by Whoopi. I agree. ABC must apologize to Meghan. Hey Benjamin, I just see your name. Hello, hello, hello to everybody. I'm scrolling through comments, so if I happen to scroll past and not see your name or greet you personally, just check, charge the eyes, not the heart. I'm just moving through a lot of the comments. I've got to get to this certain segment because, yeah, this is what most of y'all tune in for. Black Queen, Joan Garcia, right? Whoopi jumped to conclusion due to jealousy and Buck dancing for Massa. Let's see, Sherry or Sunny Houston said she reads the books before talking about the subject. She's an attorney, so her mindset's a little different. She knows what can happen, when papers are filed. Yeah, so Sunny's gonna know before she even opens her mouth, so you won't come for her like someone else. Mm-hmm. Joyce, with the View being a women's show, they should have reported on each podcast and discussed it. Exactly. Much like how I do. Come on already. But they picked this one particular one. And again, I wonder if it's because Paris Hilton was involved with it. I did have some crazy comment, and I guess the person deleted it because I was going to pin it. You know how I do. Saying how we're clowns and something about Paris. And I'm like, okay, you haven't even listened, but you just want to drop a stupid comment. There's so much I could say, but I won't. I won't. Church and there's a lot of new channels on YouTube talking about Meghan. Why are they showing up? Well, that's how YouTube works. They know that you click on other content that talks about Meghan. They don't know that it's the ones that are positive. So they give you all the other content that pops up too. Mm-hmm. Yep. Lorna, so is YouTube going to investigate which of their moderators are actively connected to the royal family because the way they monetize the Sussex channels is highly suspicious? Well, just to give you a little insight, artificial intelligence is what they use initially. So for the algorithm, and so when it listens, it may flag something, it may do something. We as a content creators can appeal, and they will have an actual person listen. And generally, in those appeals, the content creator comes out on the winning end, generally. But there are certain things that we also, as content creators, have to be very, very careful of. So, as I'm going to be playing audio of a media outlet, I have to be mindful of stopping talking through it, not just playing the whole thing, and then kind of you have to be very careful of using other people's content, and really, because YouTube will zap you. They will zap you. That is probably one of the ones they will come for you for. So yeah. I don't think there will be an apology. I could be wrong. I mean, maybe they'll sign on Monday and it'll be this whole thing on, oh, finally listened and I need to apologize. But I don't see that happening. So, but just keep, you You never know. You never know. Share the algorithms are programmed by people with biases that come into the coding. Well, that's true. That's very true. Hence why some of the and then some of those hate channels, um, in my opinion, buy the followers and subscribers, buy the views, hence get boosted. And once they're boosted, then they're probably hitting more suggestions, impressions is what YouTube would call it. And of course, people probably click and then they're like, no, no, no. But once you click, you've given that impression. So yeah, just kind of saying. Special K, what? Hey, sis. Love you too. Mm-hmm. We're going to have to hang out, collab one day. Maybe that's something nice for the channel members. I'm just saying, I don't know if y'all would like that or not. All right, let me get to my little special little surprise that I have for you all. So we're getting to that time that you all tune in for. So here we are. And let me see, did I pull it in? I didn't pull it in. Hold on a second. Let me get my arc together. Okay. I thought I had pulled it in. Wow. I want to say that count just jumped like big time. Oh boy. Oh, it's going to take a little bit. Okay. I thought I had loaded this in, and maybe I did, but I don't see it. All right. Call me crazy. All right. Well, we'll go on because, but I want you to hear it. So hopefully it loads quickly. Anyway, let me go in the comments. This is my time to hang out with y'all in the comments while it's still loading. The hateful press is using Whoopi's comments to beat Meghan over the head. Meghan is a human being with feelings. She had suicidal ideations because of the relentless abuse. Enough is enough. And then Whoopi can sit and be very proud and beat her chest even harder if something were to happen to Meghan. And I'm sure she would sit up there with big crocodile tears. Middle fingers to her. Even for those that were giving the whole commentary, I'll say Sherry because I'll give her the first name. But she and some of her guests were making it like, this is the first time that Meghan has what she has is because of Harry. And it's like, wrong. You know nothing about her. You know nothing about her. So let's cut it out. Oh, it's still loading. Okay, I just had to jump over and see. Let me see. I love a segment of various content. Oh, that would be fun. Okay. I'm gonna try and make it happen. Try and make it happen. We've already had Mariah. Oh my goodness. One thing I do love, I think we knew who were going to be did we know we knew the first guest out the box, and then she let us know about Mariah, and then she's been quiet ever since. I love that in one aspect, but it does kind of drive me crazy. So I'm like clicking really quickly, who's on here? And I'm like, oh, perfect. Okay. I mean, I was like, Paris Hilton? Okay. But given the subject, I was like, all right, that kind of fits. And then you're blown completely out the water when you listen to the podcast, and it's like, oh, wow. Hey. Sylvia and Mrs. VS, I agree. There probably will be no apology, but we as Sussex supporter have to flood. Oh, go at them. I mean, that's how some have lost contracts, but I think their contracts were already up. Yeah, Whoopi, unfortunately, was never regarded as pretty, so she has a lot of issues. Maybe she is jealous because Harry is a supportive husband. None of her husbands were. I mean, yeah, I don't know her whole particular situation. She has had several husbands. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, Mm-hmm. Hello, Miss September. How are you? Well, everything that Meghan does is made out to be like it is something wrong. Okay, so here it is that I thought I had loaded, so my bad, but here you go. Trash time, trash time, trash time, trash time, trash time, trash time. And, you know, if you couldn't pick up the truck in the background, that's what that was. All right. So it's the lovely trash time, and I just want to start out. The crown is coming. So everybody knows the crown is starting. Those of you who are not in squad but are listening in, appreciate you all. Get ready to tune in to the new season of The Crown. The selection for the Queen, I think, is so perfect because she plays her roles to perfection. Although, you know, I still see her in Harry Potter and she scares the dickens out of me. But anyway. All right, so Omen has really been on one. I don't know who really got under his skin, but he's really not playing with people. And it's funny to me, but okay. So he sees the headline, Prince William's anger as the crown profits from pain of Diana in BBC interview. The headline made me a little angry because, sir, space you have profited off of the pain of your mom and then called her that she's like crazy, confused, whatever. So, but Omen said, and the outlets they work with haven't. Exactly. You know, the visible contract that y'all have, very visible contract. And so he had to let it be known. And before certain people start throwing things, I fully acknowledge that all platforms covering royal news and royal reporters, including myself, profit from the ups and downs of the royal family members. I just find all the pearl clutching about the crown a massive eye roll. Thank you. Because as talking with Baron yesterday, I don't understand when there have been other movies or TV shows or whatever about, you know, the royal family or the queen. So why all of this about the crown? Because a little bit too close to home and the truth is out there. Just my opinion, just my observations. But, you know, the whole visible, invisible contract. So you're hanging out with the actress that is playing you? Honey, I hope they put a lot of makeup on her because, yeah, and that's all I'm going to say. Moving on. Oh, I just wanted to throw this in because of trash time. Another prime minister. All right. All right, moving on. So, talking about the visible contract, this one was mad about something, don't know why, but he let the truth be known. Meghan's podcast break my personal golden rule that the Sussexes are only of news value if they say or do impacts, if what they say or do impacts on the monarchy. Oh, please. But they have proved to be gold for us in the media. Of course, you make money off of them. That's all you do. Mention their names, put the pictures. That's what you are all about. What impact on the monarchy? Remember, they're not working royals for the monarchy, but they are working and they are royals. Okay. I had to share this. It's hilarious to me. And I hope it doesn't offend anybody, but well. Okay. I already had that up. Okay, so King C3 absolutely devastated since Harry married Meghan. That was part of the screenshot that I could get. And yes, it is an Australian hate station, which seems like all the stations out of Australia seem to be a hate station, but he's completely devastated since Harry married Meghan because he's not the punching bag. You can't use him because Harry's now has his voice too here in the US. And that he's kind of letting it be known. You're the one that took away his security. You're the one who disclosed their location when they were in Canada. all at the same time, leaving them very vulnerable when we know that there were hate groups that were trying to take them out. And some have been imprisoned for their loud voices pushing harm against Harry and Meghan. More so Harry, because they see him as a traitor. Devastated. Whatever, sir. You need to get your life. Now, this is a transcript. And I remember this time frame very well. It's called Camilla Gate, but most people call it Tamps Gate. And we can read every single word. Now, when this comes up in The Crown, don't y'all cry over there in the UK. Please don't cry. It's not make-believe, because it really happened. Even her with that, trying to imitate the black dress, the little black dress that Diana stepped out of that car in that time after the divorce. I'm just saying. And the one in the picture on the right, yeah, she tried to imitate. Just please stop. She was the first cosplay. So cosplay is cosplaying the cosplayer. Okay. And if you follow that, then you get it. Okay. I saw this and I had to take a double take. Kate, cosplay, wants to extend an olive branch to Meghan while visiting Boston. Extend an olive branch? They have something about the olive branches over there in the UK. Because you always see that, oh, Charles is extending an olive branch to Harry, or she can take her olive branch and put it somewhere that her husband likes all the time. Okay, moving on. Now, this is in, Mail on Sunday. Prince William can't forgive Prince Harry because, I'm not saying that word, moved his wife cosplay and their young family onto center stage sooner than they expected, expert claims. Sooner than they expected. Okay, your grandmother was she 96 or 97? 96. Go with me. She was in her 90s. Your father is 70 something. So you knew that there could be at any day now that she would pass away. But you're upset because you have new title, new role, and responsibilities, meaning you need to be out more with the public. I'm sure that's probably not going to happen, but 2020 uprooted your life? Really? When a 50-50 was offered and your jackass turned it down? Cry that river. Go cry the river. Because you're not going to tell me that when you all holiday every single time you turn around, that you had such busy schedules now. Not especially in the time that they left. CV was, the lockdowns were all occurring. So really, your young family, you're the one putting your kids on cover pages of the tabloids. You're the one putting them forward, taking them to the different events. They don't have to go. You're doing it for the publicity. Don't give us the cry the river on, oh, we're on the center stage earlier than expected. What? So you expected just to sit on your behinds for the next 20 years, at least until your dad, transitioned? Spare me, please. So I love this, that a squaddie said, it seems like Willie is mad at everyone for his mother's pain, but the one who caused it, his daddy. Yes. He's in tears. He needs to go peg, and then maybe he'll feel better. Maybe it'll relieve some tension. Cheers. Let me take a sip of my tea. Mm-hmm. So, keeping with trash time, I had to laugh. Now, it's the highlighted words. You won't be able to read all this, but it's the point of why this was all shared. So, I don't like Meghan Markle, but I don't hate her. Hating takes too much time and energy, and frankly, I have better things to do with my time. But the criticism, leveled at Meghan Markle is often in reaction. And this person said they had too much time to be hating on or, criticizing Meghan. But these are all the tweets that they put out about Meghan. They got the time. They got the time. They're loony. They're loony. So, catching the headline, the screenshot as I see them. Can't unsee it. Prince Harry not pleased with Meghan's clingy behavior. It's always so negative. Resting your hand on somebody, not clingy. You didn't say that Harry reached over to grab her hand. And she's just resting her hand in the one picture on his arm, giving him comfort. He's about to, give a speech in front of the UN. Not that that's something everybody does every day. So here is clingy behavior, but Kate and William's body language has intensified. Couple wants to be viewed as strong. So it looks like he's shying away from her touch in the one picture, but this touching in the back makes them look strong. They are some weak SOBs if this is the headlines that are being pushed out for them. They're really weak. Your tabloids are doing you no favor. And yes, I said your tabloids. Mm-hmm. Yeah, here's the picture. Don't look like he's trying to grab her hand. I think it's more of the clinging. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't even know who this person is. Don't really care. But here we go again with the stupid. She just wants privacy. Meghan never said anything about wanting privacy. She doesn't want people invading and demanding more than she cares to share. Like anybody and everybody else. So, I had to go look and was just like, okay, you're just another Karen that's acting out on Twitter. And when you catch heat, you lock down your entire system. But she's quick. I love when I see those because then it's just a quick block and move on because why bother trying to see anything else on the timeline? Okay. CJ had so much to say. I don't even think she listened to the podcast. I think she went by the headline, which you have to listen to really get the full meaning of what was being said. So, I'm just saying. So, Claudia, let me get this right. Okay. She was caught by TMZ cameras and asked a question. So, fair use, fair use.
Markle, Deal or No Deal days, and she said that Deal or No Deal, they made her stuff her bra, and that they checked her weight every day to make sure she wasn't gaining weight. Did you know her back in the day on Deal or No Deal?
I was on the pilot, so yeah, I saw her.
Okay, and
so you saw her, you were on the pilot. That tells you a lot.
Yeah, on the dinner show, so they kind of make sure you keep it together. Sometimes comes to show you be a little chubby, and they're like, all right, you gotta tighten up a little bit, wear some Spanx.
Now, in this day and age, is that acceptable?
Of course.
Yep.
So, what did Meghan say? That they used to stand and say, suck it in, suck it in. Meghan said how she felt hearing that. And Claudia has just backed up what she said. Although in her tweet, she had so much other stuff to say. So they're unfair, but you backed up what she said. So which is the truth there, CJ? Which one? what you said on to the TMZ cameras, or because you were profiling and smiling, you just press, got to get the PR, or are you truly, as you're like, oh, just to be clear, no hate, no shade, whatever, all shade, all shade. Because if you backed up that, yes, they were standing there and they're telling from your words, do this, do that, look thinner. What Meghan said is true. It wasn't about being smart. It was just about how you looked. So she said she was surrounded by very smart women. I don't know if she was around you, though. No, that's all I'm going to say. Because it may not have applied to you. All right. Now, I tell you, Twitter can give you some golden gems. So, what you ordered versus what you got, aka the beautiful, genuine smile of the Princess of Wales versus a sad attempt at imitation. Meghan doesn't need to imitate that one, who has to show her engagement ring just about every picture. Has the craziest looking facial expressions at times, but this tweet wasn't really helping the one that you claim you support. Just going to move right along to the next crazy person. This one caught a lot of heat. The simple fact is not a single member of Meghan Markle's family was at her wedding to Harry tells you all you need to know about Meghan Markle. And who was in the car riding with her to the chapel, to St. George's Chapel? Ooh, her mom. Other family members were in attendance, but it wasn't, quote, advertised. Hey, look, there's that one or that one. Thankfully for their own safety. But yes. How dare we forget that she had no one there, but her mom was sitting there. And as I said, other family members, which considering how they've been treating Meghan, yeah, it's best that they don't know who they are. And it's not out there. And during the time that they try, and they probably have tried to dig up dirt and they're not finding anything, and hence why they've left them alone, or the carrots that they were dangling, the melanated side of her family said, we don't need that, and have remained quiet versus her father and his older children. So let me just say that. All right. And I saw this and I just wanted to share. Oh, I offended you with my opinion. You should hear the ones I keep to myself. And y'all hear me along the way when I'm like, ooh, I can't say that, or what I really want to say, but I stop short. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure that all those in the clouds, if you want to leave a message, hey, just think about the ones that I really wanted to say that could have really offended you, but I didn't. All right. Now I want to get into some comments before I close out, because what time? Oh, I'm already over an hour, just over an hour. All right. Now, there were a lot of comments. I'm just going to pick a spot, jump in, and go from there. Let's see. I like this one. Diane, so y'all's king was lying when he said Meghan and Harry were much beloved. Do. Which one is it? Much beloved? But he doesn't know what love is. I want to know what love is. I love that song, by the way. I want you to show me. Okay, let me stop. Lorna, Prince Harry monitors media, so if he and Whoopi were friends, guess who's not getting a Christmas card this year? Or maybe there can be one, but you see how his finger in the thumbnail, but it, you go over a finger. That could be a Christmas card. Woo! Can you imagine? Church Nelly, there you go. Diane, whatever love means. I will never forget that line from his engagement interview. Ray, then I had a similar last 2 weeks with work, so busy. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Busy with the folks, huh? Sherry. I remember Tampon Gate well and how Carmilla mentally abused the young Princess Diana. Yup, never forgetting Carmilla's adulterous affair with Tamp's C3. Yeah. So why are they trying to rewrite history so badly? You got her, you wore down your poor ailing mother that she finally relented and said, okay, you can call her QC. Everybody call her QC when you see her. Just call her that. Although she was going to be known as Princess Consort, which calling her Queen, now he wants her just call her Queen. Who's really in charge? King C3. Because you can only have one of the monarchs' titles that are power. For what power you have, but like, protecting certain uncles and friends that have a proclivity for young underage, and that's all I'm going to say. Okay, moving on. Miss September, so what he is saying is that Charles didn't really want Harry to marry Meghan. It seems that way, doesn't it? And then he used that opportunity to walk her down, the main part of the chapel. Mm-hmm. Good PR. Anything they do is for PR. That's all I'm going to say. Elaine, I listened to the tapes in real time. They can't rewrite history. Oh, we all did. Even over here in the U.S. Woo. Number one, I think most of us were like, is he serious? He wants to be a what in her? Of all the things that you can think of. Get down, freaks. Get down, Okay. Joyce, they want to come over to the U.S. and use Harry and Meghan as shield for their trip in December. I'm telling you, I'm hoping there's going to be a ton of snow, that the Boston airports and all the surrounding airports are going to be closed, and that they can't come in and the event's canceled. That's what I want for Christmas. Lydia, Ray, I have the same issue. People out ill. Oh, one on vacation. I'm doing okay, but I miss being in all my Sussex chat. Well, Lydia, I appreciate you being here, but I get it. Because it's rough for me during the week trying to catch everybody. And yes, one of my teammates was on vacation. So yeah, I was busy. Diane Pegmore has been pushing Mumbles and the Spawn forward for years, trying to upstage the Sussexes. Hasn't worked and never will. Now, when needed to distract from Rose thingy, no one cares. Although the concern that Meghan, was really stressed that you can't use your HRH or anything like that and monetize, make money off of it and blah, blah, blah. But then you have Tyndall going on a show, making money. And the only reason why, mind you, yes, he was big rugby. I believe he was rugby player. But really the only reason he's on there is because of who his wife is, who was a granddaughter of QE2. That's the only reason. Let's not play like he's, some top-notch brain surgeon. He wouldn't have survived in that family if he was. Okay, let me. I feel it coming on. I'm gonna have to get off here soon because I'm gonna start being really bad. Joan, those papers blame Harry and Meghan for everything, even the status of the. Oh, now, the lunatics have left this sound. Now, They cannot blame. They didn't meet that new PM. Were they not uninvited to the dinner? And y'all made such a big to do. They were invited, not invited. Oh, yeah, okay. One thing that the former prime minister now probably didn't even think she would do, made history, but not for the right reasons. The shortest term for prime minister ever. Hilarious. Whose bad side did she get on? But, I had tweeted out and even mentioned to the members, and I'm being very serious. Someone needs to smudge, go in there with some sage, a lot of sage, and smudge 10 Downing Street, because the energy, I'll call it energy, that is in there, whew, chasing people out in 40 some odd days now. I'm being serious. You better get it together. Better smudge, and then make your way to the different castles and palaces and smudge them up too, because they need a little cleansing. Okay. Might need to use some Palo Santo. I'm just saying, because that's even bigger and better. Okay. Whew. Jeannie, I'm also surprised they haven't blamed. Woo! They probably, if they could, they would. Which I'm so thankful they did not meet her. Ray, nope, never said. She actually said that on Oprah and other interviews. Let me see, Sylvia. Mrs. V.S., I bet the tabloid did not report about the love Harry and Meghan shared. No, of course not. Why would they do that? They're trying to split them. They don't want them to be so tightly woven together that, that unbreakable bond. The unbreakable bond. Let them hate on, haters. Marshara, Kate is clingy to Willie Pop. You never see pictures of him actually touching her. Well, the one time that we did have on video that he reached out to touch, he patted her on the knee, which was a very odd gesture during their engagement interview. Patted her on the knee. I thought that was very strange. But who am I? But yeah, no pictures of. Now, after this, Marsha, we'll probably start seeing a lot of pictures. But there's that Christmas clip where they were with some children and he went to reach out to touch her on the shoulder and she moved her shoulder away from him. So when he does try to touch her, she grimaces a little bit. So they have this thing, of course. He's not used to her, and then he looks and he realizes it's not the one he wants. Not the one you with. Okay. So, yeah. Pamela, how are you? What happened to no touching, holding hands issues? Oh, no. It's an issue when it's, Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan holding hands. Exactly. But the fact that their contact, space, and cosplay is they want to appear to be stronger. I need Baron to do a lot more body language, interpretation for us. I just can't. All right, Lydia, no receipts because she didn't say anything about privacy. Excuse me. Oh, and they catch the heat and then they lock down their accounts. They can't even take, I would give it maybe 10 minutes of intense comments coming through before they're like, "Ooh, I got to lock down, privatize my account or delete it altogether." But they expect Meghan to stand there, sit there, and take every bit of thousands upon thousands of people through the comments, the articles that are written have been written about her. Because as we said, she was never welcomed. Church nearly dragged that hag. Joan, some people listen but still hear a different interpretation in their head. It's so many voices in their heads that they zone in on the one that they really shouldn't listen to. In September, Meghan never said a mean thing about Deal or No Deal or anything about her weight. She wasn't even mean about how she explained it, that the producer, I believe it was, stands on the sideline and suck it in, do this, suck it in, and was saying her last name wrong. But okay. I heard that. I'm like, how do you get that name wrong? But I'm not going to say it. Lydia, CJ did try back off it on her show. She claimed Meghan catches enough heat and it was not to imply she was wrong. This was after she got dragged. Yeah. Taking a sip of tea. CJ should have kept her mouth shut. Kept her mouth shut. Everybody, just listen to the podcast before you, even you haters out there, before you leave comments anywhere, because it makes it very clear that you haven't. I know I've seen, because headlines are of articles are made to catch your eye and invoke a reaction, but you should click and read it. Except for the tabloids, of course. If you know it's a tabloid, that's all that they're trying to get. But if I'm talking like news stations, or stations or shows that you would deem trustworthy, like The View, per se. Yeah. That's true, Lydia. She's been shady before. Jealousy is a bitch, isn't it? Jealousy is... It's something else. It's something else. Joan, traditionally people have been dragging Claudia for years. Well, she opens her mouth, inserts her big foot, and then, she deserves it. Yes, Sherry. CJ needs to be dragged. She needs to mind her business. And she's another one that should come out. Not just on her show, even in wherever you put on your social media about that podcast, you need to come and correct it. Admit, I didn't listen, I should have, and then move on. You'll be dragged even more, but at least move on from that. Woo, what time is it? Oh, okay, I'm not too far. So this person just overlooked Miss Doria. I wonder if they just don't program the bots right, or that talking point has been used many times over. Usually the people will say, at least she only had her mom there, but to actually say that she had no one in her family there, the comments under that, priceless. Because people were posting pictures. Oh, really? What is this? Oh, really? What is that? And the person got quiet. I was like, oh, yeah, you realized you stepped into the wrong pit there. Valerie, Meghan's family was there, but they did not want to be identified. Exactly. There were family members there, and shortly after the wedding, they were identified, but it just seems like if you weren't paying attention to all the commentary that was coming out shortly afterwards, you would never have seen the picture and known that that's who they were. Yeah. Joan, you would think. Claudia, who is also biracial, would be sympathetic. No. Mm-mm. And I'm not going to say my true feelings on her. I'm just going to leave it alone. There you go. Jealousy is a bitch. Jealousy is a bitch. I want to know what love is. At first it took me. I'm like, are you calling Victoria calling me? But yes, that's who. Such a good. Pamela, yeah, finger, thumb, nail, delete. Lydia Joan Garcia, she identifies as a Black woman. She has complained that to her, Meghan did not champion Black causes in the past. This is not her time. This is not her time being shady. Again, someone trying to put Meghan in the box, but I would have to dig through whichever live stream it was that I had the tweet where Meghan's words from Meghan tweeting that when someone said that to her about not being a Black woman. So let's just take a little breath there. Via speaks. You and Baron have to do a duet. Love when you two sing. Lydia, you're tired and you probably need a lot of rest. That's why I'm just. But truly, when you see the clip for The Crown for this season, when he had the screenshot of it, and you see the fire of Windsor Castle, I'm sorry, but burn this mother. Yeah, that's the perfect song. I know that he, wants to do the Christmas. No. But I'm letting him have that. That's his moment. Yeah, you are tired, Lydia. Someone's already given money so that I can buy earplugs for my husband. That speaks volumes. Have I told y'all all how much I love y'all? Woo. Okay. Teresa. Lily and Kate trying hard, fake PDA in public, now shameless people. Oh, yeah. Just to change narratives and cover up for their dwindling love marriage relationship. They are laughing stock. If Space didn't have so many gag orders on the media over there, we would know a whole lot more. And he probably would already have moved on to wife 2. Mm-hmm. He's going to follow in his father's footsteps. That's all I'm going to say. You all should understand that are in squad what I mean. He's going to follow in his father's footsteps. So who really wanted to be, won't be the QC. Just my humble opinion. Just my opinion. My observation of how things are going. Because you wouldn't need gag orders if you weren't doing some shady shit. All righty. Church Nelly, Mrs. V was on Baron's channel with others yesterday. And it was so much fun. It was fun. Pamela, so QE2 husband was known as Prince. Bingo, Pamela. Bingo. Oh, Lord. Black Queen, when you start to excel, people start to spreadsheet. Love that. Love that. You know what? You know what I'm doing. Screenshot. I have to use that again. And I'm talking like on a work call. Okay. Why is that tickling me so much? All right, let me go. Let me go. Oh, TMZ and all of them channels are a hot mess, but they catch people with, truly speaking their truths. And then they realize, oops, what did I do? I said this 10 minutes ago, and now I'm on here saying this. Oops. Yeah. Now I look like a fool. Should have kept your mouth shut from the beginning. Let's see. Black Queen Cookies and Cream Inside Edition had another nameless suitcase girl trying to get her 15 minutes of infamy with her lying. Did they post something new today? Oh, please. So now they're all going to come out like, she said you all were smart. Obviously, she misjudged you all. If you have to come out and say something crazy, like you're defending yourself, if you're asked a question under oath, did the producers or anyone on the set tell you to suck in your gut and wear your Spanx and all this other stuff? Make the boobs, the stickum tape and give that cleavage look. And you're going to say, no, I doubt it if you were under oath. So why are you out here complaining? Yeah, Meghan misjudged y'all. She was being kind because smart is not what any of them are if they're out here complaining. That's the one show or that I've seen that a lot of the haters try to drag Meghan on being on Deal or No Deal. Why? She was making very good money on that show. CJ said she was on the pilot. So you didn't even make the season. Okay. Jealousy, jealousy. All right. I think I've gone on as much as I can go on about this. So Sylvia Cookinson and Cream even Hoghead has kept the hard target off Harry. Ooh, I can get it together. Yeah, it's time for me to get off here. All right, and this is how we're going to end. Happy birthday again, Marshar. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. I'm going to do a little something once the live stream ends. I hope I have not missed any other super stickers, super chats. I did skip through a lot of comments. You know, I don't get shown everything on the StreamYard side, so I'm just going to scroll through on the YouTube side to see till it cuts off the comments, because it does cut off comments at a certain point. But, all right. Doesn't look like I have. I know that you all will correct me if I have missed anything. But yeah. What is this, Joseph? And how are you? Everyone wants to come out of the woodwork now to ride on Meghan's coat. Oh yeah, they're trying to get their little dig and get their 15 minutes, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It just shows how pathetic, and then really where you are ethically. The main attraction of Deal or No Deal was a beautiful woman who barely wore anything. It bothered me to see the women portrayed that way. I mean, I like the show from the deals aspect and, Howie, but yeah, it was a little uncomfortable because I was just like, wow, one good camera shot and you're going to expose a lot. So anyway. But, oh, thank you, Marsha. But it's, love you all. Okay, I'm gonna put on my little outro music so it's not overpowering me right off the gate. But thank you all for joining. To the channel members, you already know I say it at the beginning. Thank you for your continued support. Hopefully more of you will consider, who have been here for a while, of joining channel membership. They get little tidbits here and there before everybody else. Sometimes I don't even put it out on the public community tab. Just saying, it's benefits to being a channel member. Plus, you never know the upcoming channel member only chats that might be taking place. Because the last one that I did, and yes, I know it was a while ago, but Tina and Michelle was something else, don't you think? Anyway, let me stop. Thank you all for spending time with me today. I pray you have a wonderful rest of the Saturday and that you continue just to, live life, stay in the positive energy. No bad energy, as Michelle used to say. Bye, everybody. Love you all. Bye. Happy birthday again, Marshar.